Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Power squib kick is taken in. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Williams starting with the pass here. Completed over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on 3rd down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line. Waiting their turn on that sideline. You'd have thought they'd be focused in and ready for this, Brock, but instead, their very first snap nearly ends with them giving it away.
Well, thankfully, somebody was focused and quick thinking to get back on that ball. Now you got to settle down. You got to get back to that script and flush that negative play away.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That's complete to Dobbins.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fields the hard squib kick. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Staying grounded with Swift. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Going run again with Swift. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Williams from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Chicago first down. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he drives this forward to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. A handoff left for Swift. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
Second chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Williams. He brings it in. Touchdown, Chicago. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears take a 4-point lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Herbert now, blitz coming. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Throwing on first is Herbert. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered gate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. He's got Quentin Johnson complete. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. It was there. He just couldn't corral it. And that'll bring up second down.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Herbert throwing again. This ball's caught by Palmer. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Third down run by Dobbins. Juke the defender. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
First down from the red zone. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms, but it slips through. Second down coming up.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Back to the air, Herbert. This one's caught. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it too. That one was on their defense. So now then, after the penalty, this is first and goal. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Ball at the 2 here for second and goal. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Getting in their own way, Brock, as they'll line this up 5 yards further back for second and goal. Herbert from the gun. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're left with third and goal. Now Herbert again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. So on fourth down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. He's got the squiver. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. And hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. From the right hash, 52 yards out. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they can't push the lead beyond a field goal. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Play action now for Herbert. Completed here to Johnston. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
That's complete. It's the rookie from Georgia. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The toss running right. Dobbins. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chargers will have a first. Now an inside handoff to Dobbins. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Herbert now off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down. Straight ahead, here's Dobbins. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On second down, here's Dobbins. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Backed up now after the penalty. It's third down. Herbert. Hauled in by Dobbins. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take the lead right away in half number 2. J.K. Dobbins with the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
For a second, looked like the Chargers offense was coming off, but no. Coaches say, stay out there. We're going for 2. Keeping it on the ground. And he reaches the end zone, so they'll be up to a 7-point lead. Just one quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Power squib kick is taken in. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That throw finds Komet. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Running behind center with Swift. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Put some respect on that corner's name. Corners aren't just on that field to cover. They can hit, and they can create tackles for loss, too.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Williams on the play action. Risky throw, and it's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Chargers get it back after a marvelous defensive effort.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They had the 1st down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Chargers feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Bears decide to call their 1st timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Big try coming up here for Cameron Dicker. This one from 47 yards away. Brown's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. They connect on the deep shot. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Cut near the goal line. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the fourth. As we approach the final half minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. And this kick is covered by the Chargers, and that should salt this game away.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. The Bears going to use their third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on second down. Chargers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.